Hey y'all, it's your boy Blastnite coming back at it again with another PTCGO video. Today we're going to actually talk about resources. And this is part of the weekend series. As you know, I'm going to be releasing 3 videos every weekend, as often as I can. Sorry about that. And I'm going to talk about different decks. Hopefully I'm going to do one Pokédex deck, or a silly deck, or a fun deck, out of creativity. For this weekend, it's going to be in Polion. You know, the one from Sun and Moon Ultra Prism. We also got the new one coming out in Forbidden Light, if I'm right. The steel one. And then the water one is the actual one we'll be talking about, but that's not the deck we're going to be talking about today. We're going to actually talk about Greninja. And we'll be talking about Greninja because it's a perfect deck that I see that we can use as for resource, an example. You can go to Deck Manager. Have so many decks. Alright, let's open this. Nope, I didn't want to clone it, my bad. Actually, I need to clone. I need to edit it later. So let's open this deck up now. Okay, so I picked Greninja for a resource deck because we have the Remoraid line, the Artillery line to draw stuff, but we also have the Starmine line as well to get back some of the energy we need. So I'm going to start off with the simplest thing. It's going to be the energy line. And this comes part of the resources because of Greninja's ability. We have 4 splash energy, just to take into consideration, and to get the Greninja back. And you could apply on to many water type Pokemon, but you really don't want to. The splash energy is mainly just for Greninja, and to get that Greninja line back, and it really helps just because it's a 1 prize attacker. In my deck, I put 7 energy. I've seen it done with 6 energy. I think 7 is not too little, but not enough. But not excessive. I think it's just that perfect line. This deck can actually be working with 6 too. If it decides to put in something else, like another Super Rod, when you find anything that you need. So here we'll start off with Espeon. Espeon is just there. You don't want to place down Espeon because of the target, but you really want to do this to mid to late game when there's a lot of damage spread out, and you can spread out a lot of damage, and then just evolve everything with using the Miraculous Shine. We have 2 Lele. Necessarily you don't need the Lele since you have Artillery. You can also throw out the 2 Leles and put in another 2 supporters. I find it that it's helpful to grab a Lele and maybe you just need a Guzma, maybe you need a Sycamore, maybe you need a Cynthia. I find them helpful just there, even if they're just there for Starmine just to discard. Really doesn't. It's really not bad just to have them, especially when you can't pick up momentum from the game. So we also have the Greninja line, and Greninja Break is actually one of the star players within this deck. If not, it is the MVP. So Giant Water Shuriken actually allows us to do 60 damage, or 6 damage counters, on a Pokemon if we discard a water energy. And that's why Starmine is so helpful, because Starmine can actually grab us 2 water energies, and if we have 2 Greninja Breaks, we can actually get 120 damage on. And a lot of people right now are playing Pokemon with abilities, so that's why Shadow Stitching actually is a lot more helpful, even though it does 40, but the Choice Band does 70, and it cuts down all abilities. And when we think about it, Ultra Necro uses abilities like a Mofo. We have Lele using abilities. We have Buzzwole using Artillery's abilities. Buzzwole is actually a pretty even matchup with Greninja, I think, just because it can start KOing things pretty easy, and there's not a lot of things that we can giant water circuit and then devolve. So it's actually a pretty good matchup that I see. Next we have Frogadier, and we have 4 Frogadier just in case to add water duplicates. So all we need is 1 Frogadier and we'll put 3 more water duplicates. I carry a 4 Froakie line, just in case we can't get that Frogadier out. And there's been occasions where I can only get Froakie out and just evolve 1 at a time, not pick up momentum, especially with Parallel City becoming such a big thing now. So it's kind of hard just to throw on water duplicates. It's just there for a safety net. I'll 1-1 of the Star Mine line, and Star Mine is actually just here for the ability Space Beacon. So once during your turn, before your attack, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, put 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. You can't choose a card you discard. You can't choose a card you discard with the effect of this ability. So in other words, you can't choose, like, I discarded Volcanion, Prison Star, you can't just pick up Prison Star again. You actually have to put up the 2 basic energy, and that means that goes for the basic energy if you do discard 1. We have a 2-2 1-1 Remoraid line, auxiliary line, and it's just here purely for Abyssal Hand to draw cards when we don't have any in our hand. Since sometimes when we do pick up fast momentum, there is a possibility of getting N, and we have 3. Auxiliary is there just for good draw support. I saw really consistent decks with Volcanion, Prison Star, and Jet Geyser is actually why we have it. You could use Sauna Blast just to start putting damage, but it doesn't really matter that Sauna Blast is there. So Jet Geyser is actually once during your turn for your attack, you may discard a water energy card from your hand, and if you do, your opponent switches their active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. So this is when we can really start sniping stuff and killing stuff if you start placing it right, if you need that extra Guzma. That's why it's actually there. It's just an extra Guzma, or I guess you could really say it's like a Lysander, but your opponent chooses. 2 Eva Sodas. I think it's a sweet number. I've seen some decks play with 4, but that Eva Soda actually gets that Froakie up during your second, third turn. So you can start putting out water duplicates. Maybe if you needed to evolve into Greninja. 1 Field Blower to blow away anything that we need. 1 Rescue Stretcher to throw in stuff back in. 3 cards, or to pull out 1 from this card. I usually see myself using Lele more often, but this is when I use Lele as mid-game, end-game. 4 Ultra Ball, which I had Die Ball still. 3 Brooklyn Hill to get rid of any key cities, but also to bring in that Remoraid and Froakie, or the Staryu. See, in my Greninja deck, I like to carry a Bridget. A lot of people don't like to carry Bridget because you can pick up more momentum. If it's really early game, if I see that I can't draw anything else and I need to pick up the Bridget, 3 Cynthia, 2 N, and 2 Sycamore. So in total that makes 7 draw support, and it doesn't seem like a lot, but I think it's perfect enough because we have already Auxiliary drawing out what we need. We have 2 Guzma, and you could actually drop 1 of the water energy, or you can drop the Volcanion for another Guzma, and you can put it in so you can start getting more and more. What I try to do if I have 3 Greninja Break is to bring out the Guzma and get total 180 out there. That knocks out a lot of things if you can get a Guzma to hit for 180. If you can hit Greninja Breaks for 180, that means 3 water energies, and it's super doable. It would probably be preferable if you put in a 3rd Greninja for this, or 3rd Guzma for this video particularly. I'm gonna leave it in. 2 N for mid game, 2 Sycamore just to discard, 3 Choice Band to attach to our 3 Greninja Break, 2 Float Stones to back down Auxiliary and other things that we don't want, and that is basically it. So let's go into games. So it's all about resource management, and that's what we're going to try to learn today, is resource management. So with this deck, you actually do want to go first. I don't know if y'all can hear the music. I could start off. I'm going to start off with Espeon because Espeon has that one Colorless retreat, and that's actually really good that it has that one Colorless because it's not that fantastic as a Pokemon itself. And we're actually playing Lycanroc, Buzzrock. This is going to be one of the harder games. This is where Greninja Break comes in handy. This is where Espeon comes in handy to actually get rid of the Buzzwole, or to get rid of the Lycanrocs. I'm going to take the Mulligan. I always take the Mulligan, unless it's like 20 or 30. It also helps, that's right, it also helps with the Diancie. I'm going to drop the Staryu. I actually have the Brooklyn Hill. The really hurtful thing here is that Brooklyn Hill works for both players. I've considered putting Parallel City in this deck. And I'm actually going to leave it like that. The only tough thing with Buzzwole decks is that they usually Jet Punch. Will Guzma Jet Punch the Staryu very early game. Very early game, that's when it's easy for a Guzma or a Buzzwole to win. And that's part of the negative about this deck, that if that Buzzwole starts picking up momentum, watch, I guarantee he's going to hit that Staryu. Once it picks up momentum against speeding up this deck, that's it. Like, there's nothing I can really do, there's nothing I can really say. I don't think I'm going to need Volcanion for this game, so I'm going to discard it, so I don't throw it back in. I'm looking for that splash energy, because he might be able to knock me out. And it looks like it's going to be a better momentum game. So these new rock ropes are actually really good because I've seen them avoid like the Buzzwoles killing them first turn, and you know, it's for them to actually survive that Greninja break. That 70 HP is just perfect, and it's just the mathematical, right? The mathematical that goes behind it, the mathematics. It's just that 10 HP actually save it. We see it in a lot of things. We see it from 120 to 130, and a lot of things can hit 120 a whole lot easier than 130. And so that's why we see just a whole lot of things being saved by 10 HP and being upgraded. Power. Once that the empty's gone, that's it. He can't do much. And I'm gonna have one water energy there. I'm gonna get rid of the Ultra Ball. And what's the Froakie? I'm gonna get rid of the Bloodstone. Everything doesn't cost that much anyways. I'm gonna bring out a Greninja. Plus I'll need N for the next turn. I'm actually gonna Shadow Stitch here. So he doesn't use his abilities, even if he does get a chance to use mine. If he does use mine, I'm pretty sure he's gonna hit that Star Mine. But I want him drawing anything, he throws anything away. It also shuts off Lycanroc. So he's gotta have a Bloodstone or use my in hand. And now he's gonna start digging for it. I'm actually gonna... We don't have that Remoraid, so we haven't been able to use Auxiliary. That's the hardest thing about the 1-1 line. Once it gets priced, that's it. And I'm gonna get rid of... Use one of the water... No, I need the water energy. I just got it back. That's gonna be the hard thing. I can't throw it even back in. And I'm gonna Giant Water Shuriken. There's nothing to do and bring it back. That was actually really dumb of me. I'm gonna Shadow Stitch. He has enough to KO me. Just use Absorption GX. So I really think this is a game lost before it has even started. And I think with Buzzwole and Greninja, it's still one of those decks that, you see that's half and half, that it goes either way. And if someone can get the startup, but the other person can get the startup, I think it's a really good match. People can both get the startup. Choice Band doesn't really do much here unless it's going to use out the S-Gun. And you really don't want, dang it, you really don't want targets out there. You want one price target if that's what you're going to start doing. I think another thing that helps his deck is, or helps both decks, is the Brooklyn Hill, so it makes it both even. Not having that Remoraid, actually, not having that energy to do a draw support, I think this is a game lost. There's not much I can do. I'm gonna retreat this turn and see what happens. He now has the ability to use abilities. Now he's gonna go dig for that Lycanroc. I'm not gonna waste my time or his time. Everything was about resources, now it's perfect about throwing away that Star Mine. That Star Mine was actually what we needed. And I just threw it away. I probably shouldn't have thrown away I should have thrown away Cynthia. That was my bad. let's see. It's actually really good because we have Roku turn 1. We don't need to use a draw supporter, just depending on, we even have Brooklyn Hill. What are they playing? Oh, this is perfect. I wanted to actually play an Ultra Necro and see how Greninja's Shadow Stitching and the way Giant Water Shuriken. And see how its ability from Greninja Break actually starts to tear down his deck apart. And so we're gonna see actually what she does first. She already got the mulligan. Turn 1. I don't know what she's looking for, what she's digging for. I don't know why they're taking so long. Maybe they have a Lele. I hate the thing that Pokemon TCG does is that it notifies you like your opponent still has a Pokemon in hand, and so that gives it really away from your opponent because they can end you knowing that they have that Lele ready for something else. And see, like it notifies me like I possibly drew something. So let's see what we have in our deck right now. We have that Reverie, we have Luxaryu. We have those three. We have 3 rather than 4. That's fine. We have our full artillery line, our Starmine line. 1 Greninja Breaks Prize. So that's 1 Frogadier, 1 Rock. We have another Cynthia Prize. 5, 6, 7. 2 Water Energy Prize. That's fine that I didn't use Brooklyn Hill. Or actually the Frogadier's out here. I'm just going to Cynthia back in. I had a feeling I was going to draw another Frogadier, if not an Ultra Ball. I don't want it to put an energy just to field blower it just yet. Or I don't want to choice band it and put an energy. Or I don't want to choice band something and then it puts a field blower. Because I could very well see Brooklyn Hill being field blower with a choice band. And this is what I'm always afraid to see is a Garantina. The promo star one from X and Y, and it has Devour Light. This is where we need to save our Guzma. We don't see it very much, but when we do, it's still there. And it's actually pretty usable now because with Psychic Recharge, it can just throw on the 2 Psychic Energies and throw back anything it needs. And so you see there's the Field Blower. And it cuts down the Greninja Break. So even though I cut down their ability, so I didn't grab it last turn, and I was trying to grab it without using Brooklyn Hill. I'm just gonna grab the Remoraid right now. Chance to shuffle our deck and, hopefully grab something better. I still don't see any Ultra Necros, maybe I'm wrong. Well, I saw this Metal Energy earlier. I wish there was more draw support and this deck just so you could actually see or excuse me. I wish there was more draw support just because sometimes we can't actually get anything out. It's great when it's set up. The deck is fantastic and it can do so many things. See, when we talk about renewing or being aware of our resources, we have the 2 water energy left, but we also have that splash energy, so that if this Greninja is knocked out, I can automatically throw it back on to another 2, or I can start already hitting for that Shadow Stitching. And do you see how many abilities are on play? That's already 3 abilities. And the great thing about Greninja, even though it takes 3, it could take 2, to knock out this Ultra Necro. It could very well take a 2-hit knockout, take 2 turns to knock out, but we want to shut down those abilities, so it turns into a 3-turn knockout. Let's see. So they really don't know what to do now, since they don't actually have their abilities. They don't know what to play. They don't know what to do. They have to really depend on attaching every single turn. Now, see, even though this Greninja does not have its ability, I'm actually gonna use my Alpha Garantina, come back. I'm actually gonna get the Riplet Hill. That was actually super lucky to get that Ultra Ball. Now I'm gonna Shadow Stitch and Lock. So they're actually really heavily dependent on this Donwings to come in, rescue. Now they have to look for that Guzma. They usually carry 2 or 3 Guzma. So they actually have the Guzma. I was afraid they had the Float Stone too. I don't know why they would do that. I'm assuming they don't think I have the Float Stone or no Guzma. So now I'm gonna look for that Float Stone. I have 2 Float Stones in here. We'll have another one. I'm gonna start getting rid of stuff anyways, so. Let's see. I'm gonna get rid of the Poke. I might need that Espeon, so I'm gonna. The only thing is really to do is bring in a Greninja Break. I only have 2 energy. I'm pretty sure I'll find the Float Stone or anything. I just gave him the chance though. It didn't matter what I was doing, I had to hit that Float Stone. I had to hit that Float Stone to keep up the momentum. Now they're going to try to catch up and pick up some momentum. I wouldn't be surprised if they knocked out this Octillery this turn. They need that Metal Energy. They need that Psychic Energy. It was tempting to discard the Espeon and just pull up oh well, I didn't. Still no field war, or still no float stone. I'm gonna get rid of their float stone. Hopefully this is a little bit of advantage. I'm gonna start evolving everything. As we said earlier, or as I said earlier, there was a Greninja break in here. Hopefully I can bring out this Lodestone. I hate how PTC Geo gives me crummy draw sometimes. I know it isn't like the greatest deck either. It's not even worth attaching, since I'm just gonna get rid of the Garantina anyways. Unless they have another Bloodstone or they're gonna Guzma something out. I don't think they have draw support either, otherwise they would have used it last turn. They just attach a Psychic Energy, so they don't have anything as well as I do. So I'm gonna get rid of this Garantina. I can't even use my ability, but hopefully everyone uses Shadow Stitching, and that keeps them controlled. I can't even use Moonlight Slash because I wouldn't have been enough. I don't know if they're gonna draw support. Let's see what they have in their deck. 1, 2, 3 draw support. Pretty sure they have another Goose, but they probably have another Bridget in there.
Look out. There's a hotter and juicier burger in your
life. Let's see. I don't think they have anything. I think they're looking for something. They really need that Metal Energy and another Floatstone. And I think it was kind of foolish to attach a Floatstone to Ultra Necro. So let's see. They don't actually have anything. They can't do anything. There's that Floatstone that I needed a long time ago. It is really, really tempting because I've already used both Guzmas just to end it already. They're waiting to hit me with that Greninja, or they're waiting to hit me with this Ultra. I want to pick up momentum and start hitting them. And there's that Greninja. Too bad we don't have any more Guzma. There you go. And they don't have anything. So Greninja's good once it picks up momentum. I guarantee you anything. That's Golisopod. Yep, there's that Acerola. I think Acerola is the trademark of Golisopod and Zoroark, just because you can actually pick it up. I don't want that Lele. I don't need the Starry because it has free retreat. I was a fool that I never used the Starry before because it was just easier to knock out. So I used one with a 70 or 60. It was just really easy to knock this one out, especially with the Lele. I put it back in because it has that free retreat. This is actually really weird. I don't know what it is then. I know they're gonna get Lele. So automatically see if this cold Vailion and see what it is doing here. They actually have that special energy. I'm trying to think of what it is. But if your opponent gets ahead in prize cards, it actually helps them. And it makes 2 energy, so for you and I, it's tempting to drop. They got all Zoroarks out. I'm happy with our deck, or the deck I'm playing with. It shuts down They didn't touch a DC this turn. Usually, Greninja's also carrying enhanced hammers, and I could see why he didn't put anything down. Uh, Might as well stick him more and hopefully get the better setup. I guess Volcanium won't come in handy. This Roki actually has more energy or more HP than the other one, so that's why I'm using it. The other one does have the better benefit of paralysis on your opponent. I don't know why they use choice bands. I feel like choice bands should have been applied to. So they're probably searching for that draw support. I've never seen this mysterious energy, so I really don't know what his deck looks like. I really wish I could see what his deck was. Choice bands don't need. He should just throw away the choice bands. I'm not gonna play a target down. Oh, he's never carrying an enhanced hammer. He didn't have it, so that's surprising. I actually draw support. It's really hard for Greninja to pick up its momentum. I think it's still a pretty decent deck. So I'll do one more actual video, or I'll do one more game if I lose this one. I'm still gonna do one more game. And so we're gonna take what we learned and touch up this deck a little bit. I don't know what he's playing. It looks like a straight Zoroark.
There are some things in life truly worth knowing. Like if you know that 1 in 7 people living with HIV don't know they have it. Having accurate information is essential.
So I want to put in the Super Rod. An E-Hammer looks good. Since we have not used Volcanion, we'll throw it away and put in another Guzma or a supporter.
Offers 24/7 support in English and Spanish. You can find OraQuick online or at your local retailer. Visit oraquick.com for more information. Now, that's something worth knowing.
Yes, so many. Resources don't come in handy. I haven't been actually able to show you the resource part of this. I feel like Espeon should still be there. Well, now we have 3. 3, 6, 8. plus the artillery line. I think that seems a little bit more consistent and better. That wasn't actually much of a game. They just thought that I was going to pick up the momentum. And actually had a pretty decent hand too. So let's see what else we're going to do. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. It'd be nice to draw a Frankie. This really is a Volcanion deck. And I know it tells us at the very beginning. But I don't like to pay attention because everything can be mixed up. Everything uses Psychic, or everything has Waylay. So everything, sometimes it doesn't give us an actual good suggestion. And it really is. I really don't know I know I have to get rid of the choice band, but I'm getting rid of the choice band just because we have the advantage. I'm gonna actually, yeah, just in case that Floatstone comes out. There you got rid of Staryu, so I'm gonna get rid of it. And the reason why I'm using all my cards is to get rid of is to draw into a Brokey. It's actually nice that they don't have anything. Hopefully they don't draw into their Floatstone. I thought this game was gonna be a lot easier.
Here's an idea. Use this ad break to take a break and have a sip of Propel. With Gatorade electrolytes and no sugar, Propel is what Gatorade does water.
Let's see what if they're doing. They need to think. They need another Floatstone, and they can't even Guzma out. So they'll probably Sycamore. Okay. Sycamore Cynthia. What else did they have? I would have used Cynthia personally. They threw away two. So let's see what we're gonna play. Haven't been able to use that resource, water. This is another Buzzwole deck. So this is, hopefully I pick up the momentum before they do. With Buzzwole though, they can go either first or second. They have more of an advantage if they go first, that I've seen. This is gonna be really hard. That's already 30, they already have 15, they're gonna knock out the Staryu. I wish it was a Psychic that hit for colorless energy. What are they looking for? I guess they're looking for me to take my prize cards already. Um, on the Shadow Stitch, so they can actually not draw anything. So they don't get power up either, because they're super. I'm starting to notice that they're super heavy on getting that power up from the Amphi. Now we're working we're working with what we have. I think these games were better examples of that, of everything what we're given with. So we're working with what is in our prize cards. We're working with what we don't have, and we're using what we do have. I'm gonna Shadow Stitch one more time. Gonna do anything else. I cannot do anything else. Now I actually have a choice band. I don't need choice bands much. I have the second war though, so it really helps that I can start evolving stuff and start setting up. The real thing here is to get 3 Greninjas, so you can have 3 Greninja breaks. Everything else is just for safety. They still don't have anything, so I'm really happy about that. Oh, I don't know what it did there. I'm gonna catch a choice band. I did not do my math right. I didn't have that other choice, man. I was including the choice, man. That was victory. There was no coming back from that because I was just going to throw water sharking out there. It would have been earlier game. He thought I was probably taunting him. Well, thank you for tuning in. That was a mediocre video, mediocre games. Could have been better from my side. I'll be releasing 2 more videos this weekend. It'll be on Polion, and I'm thinking of another one for Expanded. It'll probably be a straight forward. I don't think I ever did a video on what we took to state. I don't even know it's still like liable out there. Um, for Dallas, I mean Dallas Regionals. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for seeing this Greninja deck. Please hit like and subscribe. Watch out for that Twitch channel. I'm waiting for my laptop to actually come back. But until then, y'all take care of yourselves, and we'll play some TCG later today.